We don't even go live until 7:30. I don't know.
What the hell did he say?
Well, I haven't heard anything about them canceling.
No. Live show night. Mathos was asking. He was just answering Mathos.
Why would they think that we would?
I don't know. We do this every Tuesday. Welcome to Taco Tuesday. I'm Big D.
He tried to call it an F-it.
Kind of. Well, it kind of felt like it. Been a while since I've had you around.
You know what? Bite me. Not my fault. I got work.
No problem. So, welcome to Taco Tuesday.
Hello, darlings.
Welcome to the 4th of February, 2020.
Oh, that's right. It's the 4th.
Yep,
You would think I would know that.
you'd think. So, let's
Can't
see.
announce the winner yet.
No, that'll be coming later. We do have a winner for our 400 giveaway.
Uh-huh. Was that for the 400 giveaway? I thought that was the grab tank challenge.
No, the grab tank challenge is something completely different.
Oh.
We got to talk.
Woohoo! Road trip! Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I've been working a lot lately in the evenings. So I've been able to listen the next day.
So, howdy, folks. Well, let's start off with our first feature as always. What's on the bench? So, can you scooch your body just for a second?
See, he's kicking me off already again, guys.
This video is coming this weekend. It is a kill team / Warcry playing board that we're doing. Right now, it looks like caramel cake. Trust me, it'll look better when it's done. It's still got a bunch of layers of paint to do. So that's coming.
And before you ask, yes, that is the Wilds of Gur kill team board that has been promised for a while. Yep, that's right, Mike.
Yes, that is our Wilds of Gur board. If you've been following my Instagram, which quick thing, no, really cool. I broke 100 followers over the last day or so. So 100 followers on Instagram. Whoop whoop. This is the base I was showing off. This is now completely done. I did some dry brushing, brought some other color out. The snow's all dry on it. So this is the this flying stand for my Storm Talon, which I am still working on, but it is getting closer. Still got a lot of work left to do on it, but we're getting closer to a finished product. So, I also have my Gellerpox team, my Gellerpox infected. I have it all assembled and primed, zenithalled, and dry brushed with white to really draw out the depth of colors. I'm going to be trying something different with them. I'm using a slightly different color palette than he is, but I'm using a set of painting techniques done by Guy at Midwinter Minis. If you're not already a follower at Midwinter Minis, again, nothing to do. I think he's a great guy. Take a look at what he's got to say. I also put in my fantastic videos on hard topics. I watched one that came out earlier today that was really, really great. And specifically for Freak would be really interested, although he already does a really good job of it. But for anybody who's having a hard time painting yellows, Goobertown Hobbies did a video today about painting yellow in bright, warm, beautiful yellows. And he painted a set of the Chaos Warriors and the Riders from the Slaves to Darkness box set. He did them in these wonderful bright, warm yellows.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a anime flashback there on what Mike just said.
What do you say?
I need the Gellerpox guy with the tentacle arm for my Nurgle Blood Bowl team.
Yeah, yep.
I'm having hentai flashes.
I know where this is going.
I've seen enough anime.
Lord knows that's why I want. I can't wait to see you do the Sisters of Filth.
They're not going to have any tentacles.
Oh, they are definitely going to have some tentacles. Could be worse. That's all right. We're talking about tentacles, Nurgle, and hentai. You're in my wheelhouse now, mister. So yeah, that's what I got on the bench. I got a bunch of stuff I'm working on. I put the base coats down on my Blood Bowl team. I'm doing Wood Elves, and I laid down some greens on them.
So now you can see why my brain went that way.
Yeah, and I'm also doing a custom Demon Prince. I've got his base coats and his shading down. Now I got to do his highlight and now start working to his skin and bone and all the other happiness. But this guy is a joy. Big shout out to IDCI Beard Nick. Thank you for sending me the figure. This is a beautiful figure from our friends at Spellcrow. The last thing he wants to do is put his hands anywhere near my mouth. Your response is supposed to be, that is the worst thing you could have possibly said. Thank you.
He loves it when I do the voices from If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech when Lehman insults the Adeptus Sororitas. And he explains what's going to happen to them once the demons of Khorne realize they're there. And
when your red rage starts, the corners of demons of Khorne are gonna eat you out like ice cream sandwiches.
That is absolutely the worst thing you could have said to us. Thank you. Okay, what else you got?
That's not enough. I've been on a tear. I've been an absolute tear. I've really been motivated the last few days. I also am working on another video concurrently along with this thing. I'm painting another video. I know I've sent some updates on it, but because I was painting in the greens, my plays as a Redemptor for my Death Guard is getting up there.
Hi, Hell Child.
Hey, Hell Child. How?
You completely missed the Commodore attempting to moderate and mute D.
Mm-hmm. So there's that.
I like that, Phoenix. Thank you.
I think it's official now. I think that goes on the channel, the Tuesday thing from now on.
From now on, we are Twisted Tuesdays.
There you go.
The Emperor has demanded it be so.
All right. So that.
Rude.
Yeah.
I speak of the Emperor and he burps.
Oh, stream.
He makes me digest things.
You know we are live right now.
I know. I said stream.
Can you hand me the tape over there? And his actor. So yeah, and like I said, right now working on my
Twisted Taco Tuesday. I like that. Slow down so I can catch up. You're outpacing Mythos. What the hell? Blades.
They're in the blade.
Well, I thought I had one out already.
I put them all away because you left them
Hi,
out.
Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. Oh, my brother Alex is here. You have to be nice now, guys. Wouldn't want to offend the old man.
I would like to point out, for those of you who didn't have a chance to catch the wonderful stream that is Frost and Fists Fridays, it was a ton of fun. I got a chance to jump in And the Plague Child joined as well under their official screen name, which is Baby Dragon Gaming. And as soon as Mythos and Freak realized that, our kid was in the thing, they tried to tell everybody in their thing. Old man still kicks your ass, says Al. So, anyway, so hold on a second, Mike, and then I'll answer that question. So they're like, okay, we got a kid in the stream, everybody behave yourself. And my response was, that kid's got a worse mouth than I do. And for those of you who are in our Discord, I'm bad.
She's naughty.
It also doesn't help that I encourage Zane sometimes. And yes, Mike, feel free.
So what do you got on the bench?
I have shit on the bench.
What are you working on?
All right. Well, as most of you know, I've actually been working quite a bit. And then I got horrendously sick there for a little bit. It was pretty bad. I had to call off work for like a week. So that's where I've been. So I haven't had a lot painting-wise going on. I did receive a $200 commission for one of my Art Nouveau pictures done for a coworker. She wanted this painting, actually. So yay! Happy over here has also challenged me to try and do an Art Nouveau set of the 4 seasons. Or not 4 seasons, I'm sorry, the 4 basic elements. And that's about it. And then I came up with this horrible, terrible, wonderful color scheme for a set of my corn guys. So my colors are going to be, hold on, I gotta get my colors. These 3. And if anyone can get what it is, brownie points from Lady. Every day the Discord. Every day the Discord travels further from the Emperor's light, especially if you happen to stumble into the channel that was set aside for me, known as Lady D's Lady Dragon's Dungeon. Currently I've got Zane tied up in there with a gag. So, but yeah, that's about all I've got going on. Unfortunately, I've been working quite a bit.
Had a 500-point game this weekend.
Are you sure you want to call it a game?
Yeah, I got wrecked. I mean, what are you gonna do?
When he says he got wrecked.
So here's the thing. The Grey Knights, with their new fixes from the Ritual of the Damned, they are quite good. Like, wow, good. It was kind of shocking. I mean, I wasn't expecting at a 500-point game to be amazing. I was expecting to hang. And I did score a lot of points early on, but just wasn't a lot I could do about that army later in the game. Even at the 500-point level, it was just...
They kicked his ass.
He did well.
And there's a reason I don't play the Grey Knights, because the first time I ever played them, they kicked my ass. Mythos says, by the way, gorgeous work on the flyer.
Thank you. I'm working on right now doing some taping to put some fangs on the red portion on the front here.
Mike says that he thinks that I should do portraits of each of the Primarchs. I actually have started thinking about that once I realized I can actually name all 18 of them off the top of my head. That was impressive. I cannot believe I can do that. I'd actually thought about starting to try and do a set of the pre-heresy boys in the Art Nouveau style. So I think that would be a lot of fun. What challenge, Commodore? Is that supposed to be my Drukhari versus whatever? Or
Yeah, versus his. You're supposed to be playing Kill Team. Your Drukhari versus his Imperial Fists.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to do that sometime.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that. Frost and Mythos wants to know a black and white sketch, a 4-letter size, would cost about how much. I would have to get back to you. I am actually not entirely sure. He's actually the one who's in charge of pricing because I tend to charge way too little for my stuff. Jordan says he witnessed your battle between the forces of Nurgle and the Emperor's children, and well, not real Emperor's children, but yeah. And Spunky, hi. 19 what? Okay, look, we don't talk about that. There's technically only considered 18 because nobody has really confirmed whether or not Alfarius and Omegon are actually 2 different people or if they're actually only one person with split personalities. So that's why I can say I can name 18 of them. So yes, yes. Big D here wants me to start focusing a little bit more on my drawings, as I have been getting quite a bit of attention on specifically my Art Nouveau style. So we'll see what happens with that. I may be doing a stream not this upcoming Saturday, but the 15th, because someone's not going to be home, so I may just commandeer his computer, and there may be an FIT where it's just me sitting here doodling and talking to people, if nobody minds. Considering I don't have anything for my computer for me to do it on my stuff.
Well, and if they mind, they just won't tune in.
Square boss!
Howdy, ho.
I don't honestly know that much about all of the Primarchs. You have to remember that they had to remind me there was one whose name was Conrad Cruz, and I thought that Conrad was actually a Commodore. So, yes. I only also recently learned that in the beginning, Horus was actually very soft-spoken and kind of didn't really want people to pay attention to him. He was kind of like, yeah, hi, I'm going to go over this way now. Bye. Okay. The night haunts. Just remember they all have daddy issues. They all have severe daddy issues. I do have a new figure that my darling husband bought for me. Let me go get it. It's ready to go, but almost. So, eat the squeak. This is my second largest night haunt, so I'm really excited about this. Are you going to buy the new Gazgul? He wants it.
Yep.
He wants it very, very much.
Yes.
Right now we are our play money is a little bit up. So
hobby money is limited. So the week Gazgul comes out, that will be like the only hobby money we spend. So
smash that like button. Yes. If you're enjoying watching me being a nerd, please hit that like button. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's been going on with me. And right now I'm so happy I got him. He's over here sitting on a stick so I can paint him. I didn't want him to run into the same problem that I had with like it. It's a little wobbly on some of the sides. it.
No, it's because it's because the panels are different sizes. So I just tried to center them on the
Yeah.
points.
No, I was saying one of the lines on towards the bottom is
Yeah, I get it.
looks a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, I'm currently sitting here debating on whether or not to do my really, really awful idea from some corn guys using yellow, orange, and white. Candy corn. Or paint my beautiful, beautiful guy, because I can't wait to see what I can do with some of the colors. And we have one vote for the candy corn from my beloved Phoenix. So I guess it's candy corn it is today. What's boo? Why are you saying boo?
Because corn is serious business.
Yeah, and they will seriously stab you in the face until your face stops resembling that. Ugh. So, yes. Real quick thing for any guys in the or any peoples, because we got some ladies, who happen to be sports fans at work, I got the honor of framing a picture of the one and only Hank Aaron.
Oh, it was Hank Aaron.
It is Hank Aaron. Oh
That's what I thought.
gosh. It was so cool.
All right, that's much better.
I know you love buttons. But yeah. So
Being that he's a hometown hero here, so
yeah, so it was absolutely cool. Lady paid. She ended up telling me she paid something like $200 for this for her husband's birthday. This is also the same woman who once, for not really fully understanding what it is she paid, spent $1,200 on a football, not understanding the significance of the two signatures that were on it. One of them being Brett Favre.
okay. Who's the other one?
I'm trying to remember who was the running back that was like really famous with Favre.
Nobody. We didn't have a good running back. Was it Reggie White?
Yeah, that's who it was.
That's a defensive end.
Yeah, so it was a football signed by Brett Favre and Reggie White.
I need to find my football. I have a Brett Favre signed football.
I think it's up in the closet.
We're in Packer country, so
Just to let you know, I changed my YouTube name. It's still Jordan. Chapter Master Artie. I love it. Diabetes for the candy gone. Toes for his sugary throne. Yes! I don't really know. I know like who Hank Aaron is. I know who like Babe Ruth is, because my little brother used to be like really hardcore. I mean, these two men were like his idols for the football. I know almost nothing about Secretariat stuff, but I know who Secretariat is. And let me tell you, that race, the Belmont race, was impressive as heck. And somebody brought in a very large poster that was signed by Secretariat's rider during the 73 Belmont race, in which Secretariat became a Triple Crown winner. So that was really cool for me because I actually know who they are. But consequently, I can't say much because my grandmother has a poster or a frame in her den that has Joe Montana. And it's signed, but the poster is signed by him, and then on the side are tickets that are signed by him for each time the 49ers went to the Super Bowl with him at the helm. So, yeah, my family's a bunch of 49er fans, and we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl.
how about them Chiefs?
My sister threatened bodily harm against me.
Go Chiefs!
So, yes. Needless to say, I'm kind of rambling so that he actually gets to paint this time.
Well, and they've missed your wonderful, bubbly personality. So the last thing I want to do is deprive your fans and our viewers of your lovely personality.
Man, it smells like bullshit in here. Damn. But so yeah, that's been my life lately. Working more work, and
Work.
me fucking work.
Oh, you certainly are.
Me almost going back to World of Warcraft at one point, though.
All right. Let this tape sit for a second. All right. So that's on the bench. Let's talk about news of the week.
I am completely unknowing of what has been going on because of work.
The
and shit.
greater good.
Oh yes, that whole phrase just freaked me the.
Oh, wait till you see
Freak
all the
out.
good stuff. If you have not seen the last 3 days, they've gone nuts. Oh my gosh. So if you're an Imperial Guard player, be excited because next week, this Saturday, the Greater Good goes on pre-sale. And when it comes out, you will be getting the ability to make custom regiments. Picking 2 abilities, making your own regiments. You're not limited to the 5 or 6 it is anymore. If you play Tau,
We're talking about you, Commodore. I know.
and me, because I'm gonna start playing them now. Because I need somebody to shoot other people off the table with. Let me tell you, they're getting the ability to do custom septs, and Shadow Sun is getting a new figure. We've all seen a new figure, but they released part of the rules, and oh my God, she is incredible. A name leader that can be in any detachment and not break its Tau Sept, but she doesn't benefit from the Tau Sept unless it's a very specific one. And she's really good. She brings a couple of drones with her that have a 4-up invul save that if anybody is within 3 inches of them, they get a 6-up feel no pain. Really, really good stuff. So Tau players be excited. Imperial Guard players be excited. And the Gene Stealer cult, they're getting a double whammy. They're getting stuff in they're getting stuff in the new book. They haven't all said what, but they're getting in there. The other thing is that they are getting a start collecting box finally. And in addition, the Kellermore figure, which was introduced in the Tooth and Claw box, Go Wolves, from about a year and a half ago, is finally being released as a lone figure. So that's their release. That's really good. The only complaint I have seen so far about the entirety of the Gene Stealer cults information is that because the Gene Stealer cults are so cheap in the way they buy stuff, the stuff that's in their start collecting box, it's a squad, it's a commander unit, it's something else, and it's a vehicle. And I think the whole thing is like 270 points. So point-wise, it is the smallest start collecting box ever. I mean, it's got a lot of units in it. It's a good box for that, but it's just absolutely so point short in it. There's a lot of like, well, that's really not that much of a start collecting box. I mean, most of the boxes you can at least field a 500-point army out of that thing. You can't even do that with the Gene Stealer box. So it's an interesting point, but that goes back to the way Gene Stealers being as dirt cheap as they are. That's one of their selling points, is that they're super cheap.
We have a Gene Stealer player in the chat, right?
No, do we? Who in this crowd plays Gene Stealers? I'm not aware we have a Gene Stealer cult player.
I believe Tina does.
No. Well, she's only playing I thought she was playing for Kill Team.
I didn't know she was playing. I just know that she's got.
What do you mean? Who else do wolves love to kill more than Tau? Have you seen half the art from the last 6 months? It's all the Tau getting pwned by wolves. I love it. And I like the Tau because the Tau look like anime characters. It's like a Gundam, the 40K edition. So I don't want to hear it, Mythos.
Do not insult my Gundams like that.
They're freaking Tau.
They are not Tau. Dark Angels. I love you, Joy.
I mean, I can't help it that Shadow Sun is now my new anime waifu. I'm sorry that I'm triggering you there, Mythos. I don't mean to scare you from the big bad blue fish boys. I I thought as a Wolves player you would be immune to this sort of taunting at this point. Also, keep in
I can
mind,
smack him.
I'm just saying.
You are not
I love
a
them.
Saiyan
I
before we
love
have
them.
this discussion.
I am a Saiyan. I'm a Super Saiyan.
That's funny.
So are you? Who is that you're painting?
It's a corn.
I know. Is that the Blood Reavers or is that the?
Something.
You're ridiculous. Okay.
Something, and he's about to get candied up.
You're ridiculous. All right. So yeah, I mean the greater good looks great. I will report my field report is that Ritual Dam worked really well because freaking Grey Knights are nasty, and everything I've also seen on Dark Angels, they also have benefited greatly from this.
And no, Jordan, I'm not playing you. I'm Mike, and I collect.
All right, Mike.
And I'm proud of it.
I'll buy 18 Ghost Dirt Box, and I can feel the 500-point army.
Ben, don't taunt him.
Triptide obliterations. Yeah, you see, and here they're only going to get worse because I saw their new stratagem, dude. They got a new stratagem that is just going.
Dark Angels.
Yeah, Dark Angels are great. I mean, the Ritual of Damned really did its job. I'm excited. I am honestly and truly excited for Dark Angels and Grey Knights players because I'm excited because I hope that this means I have a lot of hope for what our box is going to do for us Wolves when we get it. Woo woo go Wolves. So, I mean, everybody that they've got a box for, it has done wonderful things for, except the poor, what do you call it? Except the poor elves. I mean, all the elves even got some good stuff out of it, but they haven't fared too well from the whole thing. The big thing I'm noticing about is every single one of these where they've had units that didn't have, I mean, they gave the hive fleets, they gave them the ability to create a custom hive fleet. The tower are going to be able to create custom seps. The Imperial Guard are going to be able to create their own regiments. I mean, it seems like the big thing that they're trying to push is a lot of uniqueness and individuality. They also have announced, I also saw that they have announced that for Adepticon, this is going to be their biggest announcement ever. I've spoken to the manager of a Games Workshop store, and they're bringing a lot of people down for this. So this should be that first that live stream.
The Commodore did what we told him not to do.
Showed you the Alps, goes on the list.
That's my girl.
We'll see about that. I don't know about that, Mythos, and the reason I say I don't know about that is that once we get the Wolves special abilities, I have confidence that we're going to be just fine. Games Workshop has said that one of the issues they have been listening to the fans, and the biggest problem that people are talking about is those first turn being everything, and the entire game being decided by everything that gets blown up on the first turn, and that's not the game that they're trying to make. So they say they're listening to the fans. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, they're listening about as well World of Warcraft and Blizzard listening.
Well, you say that, but then Plastic Sisters. So they are listening.
True.
They are listening. So we'll see.
Salt.
Yeah.
Grey Knights need some love. Now they're nasty in 40k as they are in Kill Team. Oh my god, they're nasty in Kill Team. I'd like to point out the first time I ever played Kill Team was against them, and I never wanted to play again. No offense, Ben. It was just kind of one of those, wow, I suck moments. Ben was the first person I ever played. So.
So I have a lot of confidence only because, I hate to say it, they know their people. They know what fans like, and ultimately they want to sell more models. So yes, Space Marines were their most popular line. That's why they got all the buffs. Tau are super popular as well. So they're going to give Tau good stuff. But Wolves were, for a very long time, something that propped the company up. There's a reason why we have some of the oldest named characters in the game.
This is a true statement, Mythos, about. Mythos says that shooting is still vastly more powerful than melee, which is true.
It is true.
Unless you're in Kill Team and you're playing a zealot custodian. Bye. Gander is nasty.
But that's the whole thing that they want. They've said that they want to fix some of the melee issues because they've got melee armies. I mean, look at what they did for the Raven Guard. I mean, they gave them the ability to charge without drawing Overwatch. So
Isn't that because they can go invisible?
Pretty much, they turn to shadows. So they might just give the wolf something ferocious or whatever. We'll see. I have confidence. They're not going to abandon their wolves and completely turn a line that's been a big moneymaker for them. Rob, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
Hello, darling. They're still balanced hard in favor of shooting and compensation for the Death Star problems of 7th.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. No game is going to be perfect, and they're working on those balance issues. I will point out, though, it was really funny to notice that at the LVO championships, when they played by the LVO or the ITC created mission packet, the Iron Hands absolutely ran away with everything. But the flip side was, after Chapter 11-19...
Oh, those poor guys had to file Chapter 11? That sucks.
I said Chapter Approved 19. That's the yearly update, you goob.
Trying to find the right balance between salt.
Now, here's the thing, but this is what I'm saying. It was interesting to see. Somebody made this observation. I was looking at the numbers. At LVO, which uses ITC rules, Iron Hands absolutely dominated the field. Big shooty armies, lots and lots and lots of the more intense shooty armies won that thing, going by the custom ITC missions. In Warhammer World, that same weekend, they had the big game. I forget what they call it, but it's basically the big, like, nationals competition at Warhammer World in what do you call it? Nottingham, in Warhammer World in England. Iron Hands were at the bottom of the list. The winning army, because they used the Chapter Approved 19 missions, the winning army was Orcs by a long shot. The winning team absolutely wiped the board with everybody.
And now we spend a moment to say, go Sucker Hooligans!
But the funny thing is who came in second place, which
it?
everybody was shocked by.
Huh?
Because the second place team was freaking Necrons. Necrons aren't even seen in ITC tournaments anymore because they're just not competitive in ITC rules.
Apparently not.
Playing by Chapter Proof 19, they came in second place. I believe Eldar came in third, Tau came in fourth, Drukhari came in fifth, and then there's a couple Astartes teams. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, dude. It was absolutely crazy looking at the results from the Warhammer World missions that weekend, because I mean, Orcs absolutely destroyed everybody they played, and those Necrons weren't far behind. And everybody in America who's playing by ITC rules was like, what the hell is going on over there? And it was a couple of English players that were like, it's ITC rules. The problem in balance isn't entirely because of the rules balance. It's because ITC is still playing missions that were, or created missions that are still balanced for shooty teams and not balanced for any team. And I think I've played like 3 games now with the CA 19 rules and the CA 19 missions. And I gotta say, the CA 19 missions, if you have not picked up Chapter Approved 2019, if you haven't played them, get it, play them. I'm telling you, those missions are really good. They're very fun. They're very different. They rebalanced a couple older ones. Yeah, it's great to see. It makes me excited about the orcs I'm painting up, because I am building an orc army this year. It's slow building, but I am building an orc army, and it's coming. So it's good to see that armies like orcs can compete again. All right, guys. I got to do a couple more touch-ups, but the fangs on the front of those turbines are pretty much done. So this flyer, again, going for a nice aggressive look. What do you guys think? Girl. Yeah. All right. No. It's the only reason I want a Torox, just so I can put I just want to get a Torox and put a USB or put a Bluetooth speaker in it, just so I can have the thing play like a Garacha on command. And we talked about this at the beginning of the year. I'm trying to paint slower. I'm really trying to take my time doing the layering, going back over details, making sure that I cover pieces and not go for the quick answer. I want this to be a lot more. I want my painting to reflect the fact that I've been painting for 30 years and can actually paint nicely.
Translation, I think he's starting to get jealous. I think that's probably the reason why he decided to announce that this is not our channel. This is his channel.
I didn't announce this.
He was telling me about this because I was all, I feel so bad because I haven't been able to give any time to our channel. He goes, well, it's because it's my channel, not our channel. Anyway, give me a minute. So
apparently we need to go have some counseling.
This isn't actually okay. So the reason why I'm laughing so hard is because he was complaining the other day about how I've been painting for this long, and people are like, wow, your stuff looks great. And then they show up, and then my stuff comes on. People are like, all right, let's talk about this. And he's just like, so. I know it's awful, and I really shouldn't be laughing at him, but man, he's been grumbling about it a lot.
Anybody want a wife? She's cheap.
Sorry, I just looked down at Commodore's comment.
Yeah.
He takes the Stormcast and then makes sure the channel's in. Zane's already commented that he doesn't like sharing with me. Zane noticed it a while ago. It's like I'm sitting here, our channel, isn't it great? What we can do for us? And he's sitting here going, mine. Ben, I don't know what you'd be able to do with 2 wives, darling. And you do windows. Because I'm obsessive compulsive when it comes to cleaning. I'm sure there's somebody out there that would happily take me off with his hands.
This is what I have to put up with on a daily basis.
He's lying. Most of the time I'm asleep when he's home or at work. Let's catch 22 on that one. One or the other. Okay.
All right, there we go. Now I got those spines nicely done. All right, excellent. All right, we'll let that dry.
I want to keep my end. Thank you very much. You're gonna get disowned.
Fine, you're gonna get a roommate then.
Watch your family fucking disown your ass and keep.
Oh, he's so cute.
What is on your hands?
Paint. What do you think else on my hand? On your head, though. Well, maybe a little bit. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, Mythos points out you might want to be careful because Zane will take you up on that.
Oh, Zane gets nothing. Zane gets nothing because that's what he enjoys the most, getting nothing.
No, he gets feet pics and he's happy.
Oh, it's just pathetic. I love him. All right. So we talked about news. We talked about what's on the bench.
You know, it's been a really long time since I've done this, so I'm not entirely sure what comes next.
No, that's and now we do the chat of the week because we got through everything kind of quickly. I'm trying to think if there's any other news that we're talking about. Oh, yes, there is other news and the fantasy side. There is
Atomic! Hello, darling.
There's a whole bunch of stuff coming fantasy wise. Okay, so we talked about the elves and they look fabulous. That was announced at LVO, and that we don't know when they're coming out though. But there is for Beastgrave a 3-man Nurgle team that is just gorgeous.
He's been salivating about this thing since he learned about it.
I am going to convert this team into Death Guard. I'm going to use them for 40K. I'm going to add some bits and pieces on them to make them non-fantasy. But oh my God, they are so beautiful. They're just gross. It's just lovely. The worm spat. I just love them so much. They're lovely. They're so lovely. They're just beautiful. Atomic Dog, my man.
Don't look at me. I'm just making candy corn.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. And like I said, I'm converting them. I'm converting them. The witch that leads them, I'm turning into, I'm not even going to do anything to her other than just put a backpack on her and turn her into a malignant plague caster for my Death Guard team. Just want one. There's 3 guys. That's all I need. I'm going to take the guy that's got a spear. I'm going to get the guy that has a spear. I know I got to get my 2nd edition painted. I got to get them off the sprue first.
I want to paint them because Goober Town painted some and I want to try and do it.
Paint what?
The orcs. When he made his orkies.
Yeah, she wants to paint some. Actually, I might give her some of the Gretchen to paint. The little guys that are all over the place.
So that's the thing for me is I decided what my destruction army is going to be, and I'm going to make a squib army.
She wants to do squigs.
They're so fucking cute.
She loves the squigs, so she wants to do squigs for Age of Sigmar. She wants to do the whole. Not even just the squig hoppers and riders. I mean, the whole goblins on the whole loon Gloomspire gets.
I want to paint them all like hallucinogens.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Oh, I love Goober.
Yeah, we got off topic on that when we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, he has this incredible ability where to get figures yellow, because yellow is such an opaque color, he primes them in white and then in pink, and then paints the yellow with ink over the, and he's also working in ink, which is also, and that's something else I want to try. Now that I'm getting more and more comfortable. All the blues on this bad boy, all the blues were done with the airbrush, as were all the layers of green on the two guys I showed earlier. That was all. I went nuts with the airbrush this weekend. I did a lot of stuff with it.
Well, avoiding me because I had the plague.
She did have the plague.
And no, for those of you who are wondering, Plague Child did not give it to me. I actually gave it to them.
So
I'm not entirely sure where I got it from.
You got it from work. You're working in a public place with lots of foul creatures and their mothers. Children. Oh.
I was thinking more of the old people.
No, old people don't get sick. The only reason old people get sick is because their bodies are decrepit. They've got nothing left to keep them alive. Look at my brother.
Okay. He's yours. No, seriously, Al, I can smack. Just say the word. Give smack right outside the back of the head.
Oh God, I love you so much, Al. I really do. I love you so much, man. I really miss you. We got to get up. We gotta figure out a weekend we can get out there, because I gotta see you, man. I miss you and I love you. We might do that then.
You guys can talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, yellow's really translucent. So he's first off, he's using ink, which is even more translucent, but he's painting it over a white going down to a muted pink. And as he's doing the yellow ink layers on it, it's coming out this beautiful, just golden warm yellow. Yeah, we got to talk about Easter too, Flight, because
oh yeah, well, I'll text you on that one.
she'll text you about it, because we got plans. Because
well, not on Easter.
Not on Easter itself. I think we're doing it a week beforehand.
Yes. It has been over 2 years.
Has it really been 2 years?
All right, the call has been made for it. I didn't actually get a call for here.
Call for him.
Paul says Gibbs. You want me to Gibbs smack you? Because I thought I would. All I had to be told is just do it. Go ahead, smack him. I said I Gibbs smack you.
You're gonna get bit.
Promise.
You still can't censor us there, Commodore. All right.
I do. I learned something recently where somebody was like, they did black and then gray, and then do a heavy dry brush in white.
Zenithal. It's
Zenithaling it all.
Hand me one of my stacks of my.
No. And as I was explaining to Jordan the other day, actually, how I did my deal with it.
Finish talking.
Sorry, I love the look. And no, I haven't drank tonight, guys. Yeah, we went down right before he had the surgery.
Okay.
But I was talking to Jordan because he was asking me about my big you didn't hide. Apparently, they enjoy it when I give you shit.
Give me the stick of the Fat Boys.
I don't want to give you the stick of the Fat Boys because I don't want to go anywhere near it. It might bite me or give me sick again.
Fine, I'm just gonna shove you out of the way. Dog, look at my ass.
He doesn't ever.
So yeah, these guys are primed and ready to start painted. So I'm liking how the Zenithal came out on them.
No, I'm laughing at the comment that Atomic Talk said about Adrian. That's total insight. I have very little sleep today and a lot of sugar in my system. I'm probably gonna get kicked out soon.
No, I wouldn't kick you out. So yeah, Zenithal. So those guys are up next ish on the list. So that's a next right now. Yeah, you get her out for a couple weeks, you bring her back, and she gets sassy.
And everybody's following suit.
You're a bad influence.
Yeah, and you love it.
You're letting her raise your kids.
I'll leave the chat now. I love you. Thank you. Thank
Look you. Oh, okay. So we do have some news. I think we're far enough in that we can make the
Oh,
announcement.
yes.
So,
He's not here, though.
yeah, I know. I'm really disappointed.
Hoping he would show up.
I was. So, I'm going to reach out to him directly then as well. But I want people to know we
Have a winner.
for our 400 subscriber. Now, this isn't the big pass it on video. I'm going to be doing an actual separate video for that one. But the 400 subscriber giveaway, that Frost and Fist were nice enough to push me that weekend to get me up to 400 viewers or 400 subscribers.
Why are you coming near me, oh plaguey one?
Go wash your face. You're covered in blood.
Sorry.
She's got nosebleeds. It's dry up here. So for 400 subscribers, which Frost and Fist were nice enough to get me that final push to get me over that 400 mark. When I did the video to show off my speeder, I had that tagged as the 400 subscriber giveaway. And I told people to reply in that video if they wanted to be put into the giveaway drawing. And did the drawing, and the winner is Cinedave. So I'm going to reach out to him, and he and I are going to talk so I can get some contact information, and I have some stuff I'm going to send him. So I want to make sure it's the right stuff for him too, because it's a personalized gift. And when I'm sure it is the right gift, I will be showing it off here on the channel. So Cinedave, who is another member of our Speeder Challenge, he won the 400 subscriber giveaway. Now, speaking of the Speeder Challenge, I want to sit down or chat with, or have you guys do it via the comments on that video. But we need to talk about this as the 6 people involved. We need to talk about who we all think did the best job on the speeder.
You know, maybe you guys should ask somebody who wasn't part of the challenge.
Well, the whole idea was that the 6 people that were involved were allowed to pick somebody who they thought was the best. With the only restriction is they can't pick themselves.
I think you should have a third party.
It's only if there's a draw.
So maybe we'll put up a poll. Comments below tonight, guys. Put your ideas in there. Do you think you just want the 6 to try and figure it out, or do you want me to do a poll down there, or let's see what you guys think. I want to get everybody's input on this one. I don't want to just go be authoritarian.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't want to be authoritarian on this one, because I
What is this
believe in fair and balanced elections, and we're not being political, so we're gonna move on.
I was
Opening your wallet. You know, hey, I am bribable. I'm bribable in a very easy way. We have a Patreon.
Who's this we? I thought you said it was your.
You know,
Stop getting
apparently you needed some more salt with your dinner.
Oh no, I have plenty of salt.
I'm
You just need more sass in your diet.
gonna bite you so hard.
On camera, guys, you're promising. You keep giving promises that I don't think you're going to deliver on.
Remember you use this after I go to bed. And after
All
I
right.
go to sleep.
So, blah, 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 blah. Where are we at right now? We are at 8:30. All right.
I have another half an hour to.
Yeah, I mean, topic of the week this week. All right, so let's open up the thing. Is there anything you don't want to vote? All the entries are fantastic. Damn it, Mythos. And I can't.
I can't really say much because unfortunately,
Fighting is like kissing, only there's a winner.
yeah, the person who gets bit.
That's again questionable. All right.
Moderate.
All right. So, all right, guys. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Hit me up here. Let's see what is going on in mind of y'all. Hey, by the way, Plague Child has decided to kind of set her chaos aside because they're not sure of what they want to do, at least that way, but they are sure of this.
So they got me Necrons for my birthday.
For their 70th birthday,
Which was Monday.
Necron.
Yesterday, the Plague Child turned 17. One more year and I'm free.
Actually, I'm going to
Necron.
college. I'm staying here. I'm staying at your guys' house, so
Necron.
it won't be rid of me yet.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yes.
What's the matter, Jordan?
Leave Jordan alone.
I like Jordan.
I will beat the crap out of you if you try bullying
I'm
Jordan.
gonna poke you in the ear.
Ow.
You just
Bit herself.
No, I'm still having trouble with those teeth. Dream conversion.
Oh.
God, and here we go.
Oh, dream conversion I want to do.
blade ones.
No, that I want to do.
I'm saying.
But I mean that's a pretty common one. There was that what is a dream conversion I want to do? So let me give that that's a moment.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have those.
If I had my druthers, so I had the parts that I could, and I had the disposable income, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. I would love to take. Oh, I already know. Yeah, my dream conversion is my army. My dream conversion actually is my army that the army I want to do, which is my Storm Riders.
New army for the New Year challenge.
Rob Bear, no, Mech Warrior Mech. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. 1,400 points of Flesh Eater. So you're really cranking on the painting this year. I've been slacking a little this first month. I think I've only gotten a dozen figures done so far.
I got 7.
I haven't been able to crank. I haven't been able to crank so far. That'll be cranked up probably when I get my box down and actually start finishing on my on the junk load of Poxwalkers I got to finish up. But yeah, my dream conversion is to do my fully converted army. I have an army I want to do called the Storm Riders. And it is Entire display quality army. And you've already done 1,400 points? Oh, that's right. This is you, Mr. Top tier painter.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
are you forgetting?
Yeah. No, I'm not forgetting.
Frankly, Tina, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I have an idea for an entire conversion army I want to do. I want to do a Space Marines chapter with a custom shoulder panel that I've designed and a custom paint job that I've designed as well. The difference is that the whole idea is that it's the lost Second Legion. So the
Apparently ran into Slaanesh.
no, not in the Slaanesh, but where their Primarch dropped, the planet was too close to the warp, and using a little Jurassic Park logic, it's kind of a homebrew chapter. It's a homebrew chapter, but it's the Second Legion, and the whole thing about it is that the Primarch, when they landed in a planet that's a little too close to the warp, and there is from Jurassic Park the famous line that all
Life will find a way.
all vertebrates, all Terran-born vertebrae, are inherently female.
That is not really Jurassic
Yeah, it
Park.
is.
No,
I can
it's
show
not.
it to you. I can show it to you. It's in there. They talk about that all of them are inherently female. So
Oh, no, that's not. Okay, I know what scene you're talking
yeah.
about.
So my Primarch is I want to take a Guilliman and convert using pieces of Morathi to make a female version of a Guilliman with some of the stuff to make it a kind of chapter unique. But it's an all-female Space Marine army. So, and the thing is, some of them, when they're helmeted, you can't tell because the armor is bulky enough and the armor is blocked out enough. If you don't see the head, you're not necessarily gonna be able to tell it's a female Marine.
Estee Slaughter.
But that's the thing. A lot of
You don't have enough of your bloodborne pathogens around the house.
the sergeants will all have female heads. I've actually found a set of heads I want to use. The females will all have. The sergeants will have female heads. As will most of the captains and all the name characters. But the whole idea is to have this army, and then go and get all the named characters for different chapters, like Tor Garadon and the Raven dude, whatever he's called, I don't even know, Emo Boy, and Forge, the Forge Master, and paint them. Take off the symbols that are specific to the Imperial Fist or the Raven or whatever, and put on my unique chapter symbols, but paint them to fit this army, and replace the heads, giving them female heads, so that I can swap them out, so I can play them as whatever chapter I want when I want to play them, but be able to play them using the unique figures. So the whole idea, that's why you have the female version of Guilliman and the female Tor Garadon and all the different named characters, including a number of the Dark Angels and the Blood Angels. That way I can use whoever I want and use whichever rules I want to do and build a fully fleshed out army with them. But with the whole idea that it's unique colors, unique paint scheme, unique shoulder symbol, and they're all female. Just because I can be able to put this down and just have somebody go, what the heck is that? And still keep it within the whole concept that they've got.
Well, today they've decided they're a subchapter of the Blood Angels.
Right. Well, they're using those rules. And the whole thing is being able to do that because they've been stuck in the warp for so long. That's why they have all these different named characters. But that really is my dream, and that's a long-term project. but I literally want to be able to do this so I can use any figures that come in their line, and I can use them as chapter, regular chapter Marines. So in that whole scheme of things, taking the Marathi figure and Guilliman and turning it into a single female Primarch, that's the overarching goal. I think it'd be cool as heck. Alternately, turning Marathi into a female version of the guy from the Emperor's Children, and turn her into a version of Fulgrim.
Just gonna keep your secrets for last. Oh, hey, there's Gab.
Yeah, she's in there for about.
Yeah, turn her into Fulgrim, and then do an all-female Emperor's Children. I just think being able to do something to thumb my nose at and this is a little bit where my politics come into play. Being able to thumb my nose at some of the chuds that I've met over the years that are like, girls are icky and they shouldn't be playing our game and blah blah blah. Girls can't be Mace Marines, blah blah, and they get really like all heated and psycho about it. And in the end, you go back to my initial thing that I said when I first started this whole channel. This game is about having fun and being able to do what you want. I mean, this is why that's why I'm doing this conversion, because I love the way this mech looks, but you don't have an equivalent for it in the Death Guard. But there's a mech for the Death Guard I want, and I really can't justify spending on that thing now. So converting this to be that. And he looks good. I like him. I like doing conversions. So that was a long and drawn-out answer to a simple question, but
You don't do simple.
I don't tend to do simple questions very easily.
Do you have like file?
Yeah, they're in that in front of you there.
They're the one that's labeled file. As a matter of fact.
Middle, second layer. Second from the top, reds. Middle one,
That's
files.
files.
Oh. You have a blind child.
And the funny thing is, do them along with the female guard that she's taking over doing, because they have now officially become hers. Look at that look. Look at that look on her face. She just growled at me.
Not surprised. That
Grumpy
sounds
girl.
like normal feral mom.
Grumpy girl.
Did you just call me feral?
Yes. Hey, I've been called feral. So I get it from you.
If I'm feral, it's because somebody here loves to wake my ass up at 5:30 in the morning. Every freaking day.
Trump?
No,
You
50-50 challenge. What is the 50-50 challenge?
Oh,
Oh.
we talked about it, and
Topic that's wrong, but it's very true.
He
Um,
says that kids your age understand directions better if they're texted first.
Nah, I prefer calling.
okay, so Commodore, correct me if I'm wrong, because we haven't talked about it a little bit. I remember this. The idea of one person getting halfway through painting a figure, like one person pick the colors and do the base coats, and then they hand the figure to somebody else,
That sounds fun.
and the other person does the finishing on it, does like the washes and the detail painting on it.
Who here cannot see this one participating?
It's an idea for one of the challenges coming up. But the fun thing is, you get to pick a partner. But remember, your partner is doing the same thing. So your partner is picking a figure, putting the base coats on, laying out the colors, doing the base coat, and they're handing you the figure, so you have to do the highlights and the details and the shading. And each pair of people doing the challenge, figures are judged together. So it's not going to be the next challenge, but because the next challenge we're going to do for February and March is a terrain challenge. But the April-May challenge, I think we're going to do that 50-50.
What happened?
I tell him, he goes, that sounds like a great challenge for married couples. Not.
Well, and here's the beauty of it, because I want to put one more hook into there. It's the same. You have to be doing the same figure, i.e., you're both doing a space marine. You're both doing an orc. You're both doing the
Paint it
same.
green. No, I like blue.
Well, then you paint yours blue. I'll paint mine green, and then we'll swap. That's the point. It's called working with constraints. That is the joy of this kind of project, is that you're working with constraints. He is super thick.
Ooh, a thick boy.
I want to use glitter. You know,
No, neon.
I'll tell you what. I saw a figure done with glitter, and it looked damn fabulous. I'll tell you. And it was a no, it was a Space Marine captain, and they did the cloak in glitter, and I was like, oh, that is. They did the cloak. They did the inside in glitter, and they did the outside in a nebula, and it was gorgeous. You know what, Atomic Dog? I'm afraid of your wife for two reasons. Hang on. Let me finish this. You can talk all you want then. I am afraid of your wife for two reasons. Because one, she sounds, if I believe what you say about her, your wife sounds like
Bedazzled draw pod. Yes.
your wife sounds like one of those suburban what's that lady that decorates everything that I can't stand?
Martha Stewart.
You see, your wife sounds like this combination of suburban Martha Stewart and I don't know. So that's that's half of the problem. And the other half of the problem is the reality is that in reality, she's probably looking at you right now like, what did you just buy to paint now? So you come here so you can act. We know the reality. All right. So let's be all serious for a second. No, not really. So yeah, that'd be if you could convert anything, sweetie, what would you want to do?
I have no clue in all honesty.
Yeah, she's like this lately.
Well, no, because I don't know what I would do a conversion for.
Yeah, she at this point she's new enough in the hobby. She's just looking at the base builds and going, "I love them. I want to do them all." I mean, we were joking around getting all the current Primarchs that they have on Forge World just so she could paint them all.
I know the other day.
Now, thanks, Big T.
I know yesterday we were talking about my Necrons. We noticed the flayed ones. And we were chatting about that.
Yeah, because the current flayed ones really suck. So we were talking about how you can do a conversion to make them look gross.
Yeah, and
use really good figures to do it.
Oh yeah, there is that, wanting to use witches or the Deepkin thralls to make berserkers for corn. Which is something I've been wanting to do because I think I need more girls. Zane, I sent you a feed pic. Shut up.
Zane.
I, unfortunately, do have something I do want to throw in that has nothing to do with this, but it is a hobby thing in the whole because I'm trying to not build something as a...
My blade broke. I don't know.
Okay. But for those of you who happen to be Doctor Who fans, I know Phoenix is, a returning character showed up last week. And it was fantastic because when he showed up the exact same way he did when he showed up back in 2005. By explaining to a companion, don't move. Seriously, don't move. And then we get to see Captain Jack is back, baby. And he promptly kissed one of the companions, thinking it was the doctor, because he doesn't know the doctor's a female this year. What do you want? So, yes. And that kind of does tie in because I'm currently thinking about
Just
attacking
set it aside for now. I'll fix it later.
something and trying to make it would look like technically it's a drop pod. It can land anywhere. Yes, Jordan. Jack showed up, kissed one of the 3 new companions. So, for those of you who don't know, the doctor now has 3 companions. One is an older white male, one is a black 20-year-old, and one is a Hindu young lady. Shut up, Adrian. He got the elder gentleman, and he thought that was the doctor, so he kissed him. And dude had to explain, I'm not the doctor. And he's like, oh, well, where is he? She. What? It's a she. Oh, Jack got so excited. Pulls the other 2 companions. Now he's got all 3, and they have to explain to him that none of them are the doctor. And he goes, wait, so there's 3 of you? Oh, I had dreams about this. So, and of course, for those of you who are familiar at all with Jack and Mickey's interaction, the black companion probably called him a cheesecake. Needless to say, Jack has a new target now. So yeah. And the whole reason I actually kind of do bring this up because I have been thinking of I'm getting dirty looks.
From who, Dad?
Yes.
Go ahead and keep talking.
Shut up with your dirty looks, Dad.
I was gonna try and do the deodorant thing, except for trying to do something. Oh, it was just him saying feet. I want to try and make a TARDIS, but I don't mean the box, the TARDIS. I mean what they actually look like when they're not in those forms. It's a pretty freaking cool thing if you ever actually get to see a picture of what a TARDIS looks like when they're not in their camouflaged state.
Why am I not associated?
They've never actually shown them on the show. The only time I have seen a undisguised one is in the comic, because they haven't quite figured out how to show it on the show yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of the comics, so.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my nerd rage for a minute, and
If someone lit her, she could go rants about Doctor Who for hours.
sorry.
It's fine. I didn't stop you, did I? Did I?
No, but you give me dirty looks. I'm just gonna start air paint now.
You're fine. All right, folks. So, nerd. Yes, she is a nerd. She's a wonderful nerd. I want to point out I'm the one who introduced her to Doctor Who, so I don't have a problem with Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. I'm just surprised to be talking about it on the show. So.
That's because I knew somebody, at least one person in the channel was a Who fan. And I knew that Phoenix would get a kick out of that.
Sweet. All right. All right, so I'll have an official video for it up later this week. But I do have the next 60-day challenge prepared. Now that we're talking about our current challenge, our next challenge, if anyone is interested, I want to, since I started off as a terrain channel, I want to do a terrain challenge. So I'll have the official rules out shortly, but let's let you guys start thinking about it if you're interested. This challenge is going to be a required ingredient. So for our required ingredient, you have to use either 6 toilet paper rolls or 3 paper towel rolls with a mild restriction. You can't make them into pillars or tree trunks.
He's got a dirty look. Wow, that was quick.
Okay.
I'm in. Phoenix.
All right, so that's good. So I'll have a video up on it later this week with a little bit more detail on it. But that is
Maybe I'll participate this one.
we wanna get that going on here. I like the idea of having a challenge like this on a regular basis opened up to fans of the show and the IDIC Beer Alliance of channels to give creators a chance to give them some easy content to work with, and B, allow people to stretch their legs and try doing some stuff that they haven't done before. Because that is the goal. As crafters and as hobbyists, the idea of stretching your legs a bit and growing as a person will only make you better, because you'll learn and figure out techniques you haven't used before that you can
Hello,
use.
Daniel.
You can use on upcoming projects. So, like I said, I'll have a video up on it later this week. Absolutely no restrictions like that. The only restriction is, like I said, it's got to be 6 toilet paper rolls or 3 paper towel rolls, and they can't be. It's a terrain piece, and they can't be pillars and they can't be tree trunks, because those are overly used with the paper towel rolls.
Specific brands to avoid.
Yeah. Go to the dollar store.
Yeah,
If you're paying more than that, you're overpaying, loves.
Especially if you're not using the actual paper. Now, if you're using the paper, go ahead and use expensive stuff, because every bum deserves a little bit of specialness.
Smokestacks it is.
I didn't say you couldn't use it. Thanks. But if they're just smokestacks coming out the ground, they better look good.
Atomic Dog says, wow, we're going to have a lot of industrial.
All right.
Oh well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
What did you do?
Clump. You know, this
All right.
may be the only one who looks like this.
Not liking the color scheme?
Maybe I'll like it more. Taco Bell run for a couple of days, then I'm in.
Yeah, can't be pillars or tree trunks. That's it. All right. So yeah, I'll put an official video on it later this week. Just a quick stop in and throw something out to everybody. Let's do it. Let's push each other as crafters. Let's push each other as hobbyists. Make something for your table. Make something epic, because that is the goal. Epic your board and epic your game.
We're at the tail end.
We are at that tail end.
Because you're using that voice.
That voice, that radio announcer voice, that how do you do voice, that I'm so glad you're here with us today, and I'm so happy to have seen you.
It makes me really, really miss Freak's evening DJ voice. Have a good night, Atomic. Hello, Joe. You caught us just as we were coming up with coming on the end.
Joe Bookish, good to see you, buddy. One of our Patreons. So we're going to end up tonight with our monthly shout out to all of our Patrons on the live stream. So I want to give a big shout out to our battle leader level Patreons, Joe Bookish, Inquisitor Zane, and Heinrich Botha. I would also like to give a special shout out to our moderator and our warlord level Patreon member, the Commodore. Thank you guys so much. You guys make it easier for us to get supplies, get paints, get stuff to improve this channel so we can make better content for all of you out here. You keep us going, as does just all of you sitting here, putting up with our rambling, putting up with our talking, giving us those thumbs up. You know, that like button, it doesn't go up on itself. It takes you guys deciding that we entertain you for you to smash that like button and let us know. Do more of that. We like it. We want to hear more about it. You know, Commodore, if I could give you a like button for the amount that you torment poor Zane, I really would, because that shit's funny. Oh, yes, I did. And if you didn't get it, just message me on Patreon. I will send you another email with that link there.
Fair warning, if you are the squeamish of heart, enter with caution.
Zane, we all love you. You're painful, but we love you. We noticed you. Trust
I
me.
said something.
I did. We all did.
No, we didn't.
All right. So,
I can't see the chat, so
well, you don't matter.
Zane loves me.
All right. So, everyone out there in internet land, acknowledgement is enough. All right, all of you.
Everybody in out there in internet lands, remember, don't answer your imagination and candy for the corn throne, for the sugar throne.
God. You know, the stripper, the strip.
Now you just need to make a stripper pole for the strippers.
Oh, they don't get a stripper pole; they get a stage.
No, I'm saying there's a strip vat over
If
there
you
when you're
get-
done
you
with
get a
this. 'Cause,
golden stripper pole.
What?
that looks awful. It's a good paint job, but the coloring is just.
For those of you, I gotta just bring this up close. You guys can see this awful thing.
Candy corn. No.
He's gonna be the only one like this. And there are gonna be lots of questions.
He decided to
Who's that?
celebrate-
That's Steve. He's kind of special. I want the
Very
candy.
special.
I want the candy. All right, yeah. Thank you so much for being with us. And again, smash that like button. Hit your bell if you don't have it, and if you are in the circle. And again, if there's more you want to see, if there's something you specifically want us to do, if there's something you want to talk about next week when you see this video in our archive at the end, throw some comments in there. We always want to hear from you. Otherwise, keep building, keep painting, and keep loving what you do. Thank you so much for being with us this evening.
My face started smiling like that. Oh my gosh, my cheek hurts. Oh, I gotta get those teeth.
Perfect. A little bit of A, a little bit of B.